Dumb Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, some interesting stuff going on. I didn't really want to do this because I know it might take too long, basically. But let me just tell you what's happening. Right, I heard something the last few days. You're hearing about Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, the legacy. A few fighters have come out and said, hey, you know what? I'd rather have Manny Pacquiao's legacy than Floyd Mayweather's, right? I think my boy Sean Porter, said it before, Bernard Hopkins, Ryan Garcia. Three names I think I remember. I read that about a day ago. So, just let it filter through a little bit, see if anybody say something about it. Just kind of forgot about it. But then it, may want to kind of address that. Because I'm thinking, well, really? We want to have Manny Pacquiao's instead of Floyd Mayweather? And the reason being that Floyd Mayweather must have picked and choose his opponents and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Pick and choose his opponents. I'm like, okay, well, I just don't remember Mayweather, but I've done a video about Mayweather only not too long ago, so I don't want to get into too much about Mayweather. But bottom line, most of the people coming off of their best wins, but definitely wins. I don't remember Floyd Mayweather fighting anybody coming off a loss. Definitely not recently, that's for sure. And plus Floyd Mayweather wasn't cheered. He done a lot of his damage while being booed, right? Had to become a bad guy, get paid. You know what I'm saying? And by Floyd Mayweather, there's also how many close fights you got. You're talking Castillo, right? Then you're talking Maidana, and that one wasn't really close. I mean, but it was Mayweather for Mayweather was close. I mean, how many close fights do you really have with Mayweather, right? So you're thinking those kind of things. When you talk Floyd Mayweather, you're talking also undefeated, right? And lost. Like, how many Hall of Famers I got on my list? I've fought a lot of people. I could have lost to some of them, right? Or I've been in close fights against some of them. All right, but I've talked about Mayweather so much, I don't really have to go into Mayweather. That's an undefeated, 50-0 guy. And I'm thinking Pacquiao is awesome, 62-7, but he's got 7 losses, 2 draws, right? Been knocked out 3 times, right? 3 times knocked out, right? So you're talking about being knocked out 3 times, right? You got 7 losses. 7 losses is more times than we can remember Mayweather getting rocked, right? You remember Mayweather getting rocked 7 times? Good punches on Mayweather, right? You going to, oh man, Zab got him. Remember Zab got him? Ooh, Shane Mosley. Didn't nobody hit him like Shane Mosley had him, right? Both of them got dominated after doing so. Oh, what about Maidana? That's the one I think. Maidana hit him at the end of a round. I don't know if about round 4 or 5. I forgot. One of them fights. Hit him at the end of the round. I think a little bit after the bell, but it rocked Mayweather real good, right? Then you're hard pressed after that, right? For stuff like that. So there's a lot of separation when you talk with Mayweather. Manny Pacquiao's been in a lot of hard fights with Marquez. You know how you gonna have 4 fights with Marquez? Would anybody want to see Mayweather fight Marquez 4 times after seeing the fight that happened? Just a lot of things where Manny Pacquiao is awesome, because he's got this 8 division champion thing going, right? And you're looking at, hey now, at 8 divisions, I'm looking at them, and I counted 6 really, because at the end of the day, I'm not counting the IBO. He won an IBO championship versus Ricky Hatton. So the IBO doesn't count, right? A WBA regular doesn't count. A catchweight doesn't count. International Boxing Organization, the IBO, the International Boxing Association, IBA, all those things don't count, right? So we got 4 that matter. So I think Pacquiao, I'm not sure about that 8 division champion because catchweights are catchweights, but you're not trying to disparage Manny Pacquiao, the dude that got a lot of Hall of Famers. He beat Morales and them, Barrera, Marquez, close fights, but still he got some Marquez, got Cotto, he beat up, like I said, Ricky Hatton, so he's done some damage, but I just don't agree with. You'd rather have his legacy than Floyd's. I don't really get it, so much. So that's why, somebody would have to explain that to me because I know Pacquiao's in good fights and this and that, but Mayweather was at lower weights too. It just was so awesome. It wasn't nobody who was, gonna give him that very, very close fight. Mayweather didn't have a Marquez or Morales or it wasn't one of those. He doesn't have one of those. Where we gonna have to see Mayweather against anybody 4 times. because there's no separation. That so therefore it doesn't look doesn't look so awesome because he's not in the close fights. Wilt Chamberlain scoring 100 points on them boys. You know what I'm saying? When averaging 50 points in the season and 25 rebounds, stuff that's unheard of now, or 30 rebounds. You don't hear about that, so it don't count. You know what I mean? It don't count. There's way too much separation. Something must have been wrong. Everybody else must have been 6'2". But then he got the nerve to be an athlete. We don't even count that. So we rate the other centers without counting that happened though, right? All them points and all that ridiculousness that nobody's even can do half of what that was in the season. Somebody'd be hard pressed to average 30 and 20 right now, 25 and 20 right now. Let alone 30. See what I'm saying? That's separation. So when you talk Mayweather, it's that kind of separation, people. It's a little bit of, hey, wait a minute, wasn't nobody really close, right? Nobody really, really close. Cotto fight, that was kind of close, for a while. When Floyd Mayweather going up in weight, trying to challenge these guys. Kind of close, but not really. We was like, Floyd Mayweather's nose bleeding. Look at that. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather, what was his eye big, cuts, what any of that? Getting up off the canvas. One time he hurt his hand hitting somebody and put his hand on the canvas. They was happy about that. Ooh, we got a Mayweather knockdown. I wasn't really knocked down. I hurt my hand hitting this dude. And I just, that's true. I had to do something, right? It's not really so much stuff. So I think Mayweather's underappreciated. I don't think that, with all due respect to a Sean Porter, Bernard Hopkins, and a Ryan Garcia coming up now, once you get off that social media so much, stop thinking that that's something and start when he starts fighting because he's a bad boy when he fights and seems to want to fight some people. Well, let's see what happens. So it's not, gonna give all the props yet, but he seems to be on the right path. Let's see what happens with him. But these others, Sean Porter has given us great fights. Great guy. Bernard Hopkins over there with Ring Magazine and Golden Boy. I don't know, if they explain some things to him. But, I don't understand his thought process, but he is a legend, no doubt about it. So that's their opinion. I really don't agree with that one. Um, you know, it's a trip that they would say that. I don't I can't follow the thought process. Somebody undefeated and didn't get hit much, right? And, not to mention, I didn't even mention the money. I mean, forget the money. Just what in the boxing ring. That's pretty impressive. What's went down there, right? I got a couple other things to tell y'all though. That's really interesting, right? I did not know. I thought I knew my sport. You know what I mean? Even sports that I don't really pay attention to a little bit. Sport guy. But I didn't know that there were no Confederate flags at NASCAR races. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to know that. No, back in the day, Richard Petty, the only one I really cared about. Now I stopped watching that. I watch more Formula One than that. But I'm just saying, I didn't know there was no Confederate flags in 2019 and 20 still at NASCAR races. I'm just gonna leave that there. That went back because see, funny. That's probably why I haven't been paying attention just automatically. But that's funny. So one of the drivers right now, Buddy Wallace, is trying to see if they can do away with that. A brother, a driver, which is unfortunate that he would have to say something about it. But okay, whatever. Right now, everybody's speaking up. But I don't understand that wasn't spoke about. That's one of them things. How in the hell is that not talking about? We got debate shows every day, and we didn't catch that. I mean, I'm embarrassed that I didn't know that. But anyway, Confederate flags at the NASCAR races, man. That's how it's been all the way up until now, and it's probably gonna be if they don't do nothing about it. That's funny. Anyway, back to Mayweather, man. I'm taking Mayweather's legacy easily over Pacquiao, to be honest with you. So let's see what y'all think. Dome Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.